Hey everyone! So tell me today, have you ever stopped for a moment and wondered whether we are still drinking coffee or we are simply drinking desserts that happen to contain coffee? It sounds like a strange question at first, but think about it. Walk into almost any modern cafe today and take a good look at the menu. You will find brown sugar lattes, pistachio cream cold brews, cookie butter fraps, salted caramel macchiatos, lotus shakes, Oreo shakes, Nutella cappuccinos, and drinks crowned with whipped creams, cold foam, chocolate drizzle, caramel sauce, biscuit crumbs, marshmallows, and countless other toppings. The menu is colorful and exciting and full of creativity. Now, before anyone thinks I'm criticizing these drinks, let me make something very clear. I enjoy flavored coffee from time to time, and millions of people around the world do as well. These drinks have introduced an entirely new generation to cafes, and they have helped countless businesses grow. So this isn't an argument against flavored coffee. It is a conversation about something much deeper. Somewhere along the journey, coffee quietly stopped being the reason we order drink. Instead, it became one ingredient among many. And I think that's a fascinating change worth talking about. Let's rewind for a moment. Before coffee reaches your cup, it has already traveled a remarkable journey. High in the mountains, farmers spent years nurturing coffee trees. They are constantly watching the weather, protecting their crops from diseases, hoping the rainfall comes at the right time, and waiting patiently for cherries to ripen. Once harvested, those cherries are carefully processed, dried, sorted, packed, and shipped across continents. Then the beans arrive the roasteries, where experienced professionals spend years perfecting roast profiles. A difference of just a few seconds during roasting can completely change the flavor of the final cup. Finally, a trained barista weighs the coffee, adjusts the grind, checks the water temperature, times the extraction, and tries to produce a cup that showcases everything the bean has to offer. Every single step in that journey is performed with one purpose: to let the coffee speak for itself. The fascinating part is that coffee is naturally full of flavors depending on where it's grown and how it's processed. One coffee may remind you of dark chocolate, and other of berries, citrus fruits, roasted almonds, honey, or even delicate floral notes. None of those flavors are added. They are already there, created by nature and brought out through careful roasting and brewing. Yet many customers never get to experience any of those characteristics because before the coffee reaches their taste buds, it has already been layered with vanilla syrup, caramel, brown sugar, whipped cream, chocolate sauce, flavored foam, cookie crumbs, and every topping imaginable. The coffee hasn't disappeared from the cup, but its personality has become much harder to recognize. Imagine you have bought tickets to watch your favorite singer perform live. The lights dim, the audience falls silent, and everyone waits for that unforgettable performance. But as soon as the singer begins, the background music is turned up so loud that you can barely hear their voice. The instrument sounds wonderful, but they completely overpower the person everyone came to hear. You will probably leave feeling disappointed because the main attraction was never allowed to shine. That's exactly how I sometimes feel about coffee today. The syrups, sauces, creams, and toppings are like the background band. They are supposed to support the performance, not replace it. When the supporting cast becomes more memorable than the lead actor, something important has been lost. Now, let's be fair to cafe owners. Because this shift didn't happen by accident, businesses respond to what customers enjoy, and customers naturally enjoy sweetness. Sweet flavors are comforting, familiar, and instantly satisfying. They are easy to drink, visually attractive and perfect for social media. A colorful drink overflowing with whipped cream and caramel is much more likely to be photographed than a simple espresso served in a ceramic cup. Cafes recognized that trend and adapted to it. From a business perspective, that decision makes complete sense. Those drinks sell exceptionally well. They attract younger audiences and they encourage repeat visits. There's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Every successful business has to understand customer preferences, but every business also has a responsibility to protect its own identity. If every new product depends on adding another syrup, another topping, or another layer of sweetness, there comes a point where the menu no longer celebrates coffee. It celebrates everything around coffee. Think about some of the world's greatest chefs. When they purchase exceptional ingredients, they don't bury them under heavy sauces because they want diners to appreciate the quality of what they are serving. If someone spends a fortune on premium Wagyu beef, they don't cover every bite with sauce. If a bakery spends days perfecting handcrafted sourdough bread, they don't hope customers only notice the butter. The same philosophy applies to coffee. When cafes source outstanding beans, work with skilled roasters, and train talented baristas, shouldn't the coffee itself be the first thing customers remember? Shouldn't it be the flavor that stays with them long after they have finished the cup? There's also a valuable business lesson hidden inside this conversation. Imagine two cafes standing across the street from each other. Both offer caramel syrup, whipped cream, cookie toppings, and flavored foam. From a customer's perspective, there's very little difference between them. Those ingredients can be purchased by almost anyone, but exceptional coffee is different. Your choice of beans, your roasting profile, your brewing standards, your consistency, and your understanding of extraction is much harder to copy. That's where real competitive advantage lives. That's what builds a reputation. Customers may visit once because of a trendy drink, but they return because the coffee consistently exceeds their expectations. Trends come and go. Great coffees create loyalty. Perhaps the biggest question every cafe owner should ask isn't what's the next flavor we should introduce. Maybe the better question is, how do we create a drink where every additional ingredient helps the coffee instead of hiding it? There's a significant difference between complementing a flavor and covering it. A touch of vanilla can make coffee smoother. A little caramel can add warmth. Carefully textured milk can improve balance. Those ingredients can absolutely elevate experience. The problem only begins when customers finish the drink without remembering whether the coffee had any character at all. So no, this isn't a campaign against flavored coffee. It's a reminder of why coffees became one of the world's most loved beverages in the first place. Coffee earned that reputation long before whipped cream, cookie crumbs, and caramel drizzle became popular. It earned it because of its aroma, its complexity, its craftsmanship, and the remarkable journey behind every single bean. The next time you are designing a new menu item, ask yourself one simple question. If every syrup, topping, sauce, or decoration disappeared tomorrow, would you still be proud to serve the coffee underneath? If the answer is yes, then you have built a drink around great coffee. If your answer is no, then perhaps the recipe is hiding something instead of highlighting it. At the end of the day, cafes don't become unforgettable because they use the most toppings. They become unforgettable because every cup tells a story of farmers, roasters, baristas, craftsmanship, and passion. That's the story customers deserve to taste. Let the syrups add excitement. Let the cream provide texture. Let the toppings create visual appeal, but never let them steal the spotlight from the one ingredient that brought everyone into that cafe in the first place. Because when coffee is allowed to remain the hero, customers don't just remember the drink, they remember the experience, they remember your cafe, and most importantly, they come back for another cup. So the next time you pick up your cup, pause for a second, take a sip, take a breath, and give it a thought. Is it the topping you remember or the coffee itself? Until next time, take care, keep exploring, and never stop appreciating the little details that can make every cup worth it. Take care.